Charles is not the pushover that the press seems to think he is, and that they're trying to present him as being. He has not been taking his son's calls for some time now. He will not be exploited by his son.
Harry has tried to make contact repeatedly, but William won't take his calls. He is not minded to a reconciliation at all.
Fresh reports suggest that communication between Prince William, King Charles and Prince Harry has reached another serious breaking point. According to recent claims, both William and Charles have reportedly stopped answering Harry's calls, with neither of them showing any interest in having a private conversation with him right now. That has surprised many royal watchers because not long ago, several reports suggested that King Charles was quietly exploring ways to ease tensions and possibly rebuild some kind of relationship with his youngest son. Those stories created hope that a slow reconciliation might finally be taking shape behind palace walls. But if these latest claims are accurate, that hope appears to have faded dramatically. So what pushed Prince William to such a firm position? Why is he reportedly so frustrated that he no longer wants any direct contact with his brother? And what alleged strategy are Harry and Meghan said to be using that some commentators believe places additional pressure on an aging and unwell King Charles? Even more importantly, what conditions has the king reportedly set before he would even think about opening the door to any future family reconciliation? There are many claims, reports, and royal discussions surrounding these questions. And in this video, we're breaking down everything that's being said. So stay with us, because every detail adds another layer to this unfolding royal story. Only a few days ago, reports claimed that Prince Harry and Meghan were preparing for another visit to the United Kingdom, this time with their children included in the plans.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are preparing to return to the United Kingdom for their first joint visit in 4 years.
Harry and Meghan are expected to bring their children despite previously refusing to visit Britain as a family due to security concerns.
That immediately caught attention because Meghan has not returned to Britain since attending Queen Elizabeth II's funeral in 2022. 4 years have now passed, making the possibility of her return one of the biggest talking points among royal commentators. Many observers quickly noticed that the timing seemed especially significant. Commentators have argued that Harry and Meghan continue searching for opportunities to remain connected to the royal family, believing those links still attract worldwide attention. Some analysts have suggested that maintaining a visible connection to the monarchy could help strengthen public interest in their projects, especially after several of their recent business ventures reportedly faced criticism and mixed reactions. Whether or not that assessment is fair, it has certainly become part of the wider public debate surrounding the couple. Another important reason for the reported trip centered on the upcoming Invictus Games. Since Birmingham is scheduled to host the event in 2027, preparations and venue rehearsals have reportedly become an important priority. Harry has remained deeply committed to the Invictus Games, and according to these reports, he hoped Meghan and their children could join him during the visit. The reported goal was not only to support the preparations, but also to introduce the children to both sides of Harry's extended family, including members of the Windsor family and the Spencer family. Supporters viewed it as a chance for the children to become more familiar with relatives they have rarely seen over the years. However, that reported plan soon encountered a major obstacle. Harry's legal efforts regarding taxpayer-funded security in the United Kingdom did not produce the outcome he wanted.
Back on his own, because he's got stuff to do for Invictus, but part of this visit was actually going to visit the final resting place of Princess Diana. And what a beautiful thing that would be for the young kids particularly, to go and have some understanding of where their grandmother is now and who she was and all of that. But as I say, big question mark about whether it's happening.
According to reports, the security issue quickly became one of the biggest reasons the proposed family visit was thrown into doubt. Meghan has long been reported as having concerns about returning to Britain without what she considers appropriate security arrangements. Because of that ongoing issue, commentators such as Tom Bower have argued that the family's plans became increasingly difficult to carry out. As mentioned in our previous video, he discussed several reasons why the visit reportedly became far less likely, so if you missed that discussion, you can always check it out afterward. With those plans reportedly falling apart, attention shifted back to Harry's relationship with his father and brother. Some reports now claim Harry may have tried reaching out privately, possibly hoping for guidance, support, or even a conversation that could help ease the situation. But according to those same reports, Prince William has remained unwilling to engage. It is claimed that William has refused requests to meet Harry, and that when Harry allegedly attempts to contact him by phone, those calls reportedly go unanswered. Sources quoted in various reports suggest William believes his brother crossed boundaries that cannot simply be forgotten, particularly after the public interviews, documentaries, and memoir that discuss deeply personal family matters. Whether that position changes in the future remains unknown, but for now, the reported message appears unmistakably clear. William is said to believe Harry went too far, and in his view, there is no easy way to reverse the damage that has already been done. According to several royal reports, Prince William's feelings toward Prince Harry
because he's being denied his royal security protection. Now, he seems to have assumed he was going to get this. Of course, has been a battle now that's going on for many years. He's repeatedly said he will not return to the UK with Meghan and the children unless he has the full level of royal security. Now, he's been denied that yet again.
Have reportedly changed so dramatically that rebuilding the relationship is no longer something he sees happening anytime soon. Sources frequently claim William believes the damage goes far beyond ordinary family disagreements. In his reported view, the public disclosures over the past several years fundamentally changed how he sees his younger brother, making trust extremely difficult to restore. Commentators have repeatedly claimed that William regarded the televised interview with Oprah as deeply upsetting. After that came the Netflix documentary series, followed by Harry's memoir, Spare, each one bringing fresh revelations and allegations about private family matters. According to people quoted in various reports, William reportedly felt every new project widened the distance between them instead of creating opportunities for healing. Those reports suggest he believes deeply personal conversations and family disagreements should never have become worldwide entertainment. Whether or not that perspective is shared by everyone, it is frequently presented as one of the biggest reasons William remains unwilling to reopen the door to reconciliation. From his reported standpoint, trying to resume a normal relationship now would only create even more tension inside an already divided family, and for that reason, he is said to have no interest in restarting regular communication at this stage. Yet even that is only part of the story. What has surprised many royal observers even more is the growing speculation surrounding King Charles himself. For months, headlines painted a picture of a father quietly searching for a path toward peace. Numerous reports suggested Charles hoped to rebuild bridges with Harry.
Understood that William has made his feelings about any reconciliation clear to his father. William is known to hold a grudge, and more than that, he cannot forgive his brother for what Harry has put his family through, one source.
And had even explored practical ways to make future visits easier. Some stories went further, claiming the king was considering accommodation arrangements that could allow Harry and his family to spend time in Britain with greater comfort. Those reports fueled widespread expectations that Charles would eventually become the driving force behind a family reunion. However, newer reports appear to tell a very different story. Several commentators now claim that King Charles has also reportedly stopped taking Harry's calls. If accurate, that represents a striking contrast to the earlier narrative that portrayed the king as actively pursuing reconciliation. Royal analysts have pointed out that these conflicting reports have left many people wondering what is really happening behind palace doors. Has the king's approach changed? Or were earlier expectations simply too optimistic? Whatever the answer may be, the latest claims have certainly added another layer of uncertainty to an already complicated family situation. Some commentators believe the reported silence may reflect Charles's desire to avoid emotionally charged conversations while so many unresolved issues remain. Others argue that he may simply prefer discussions to happen privately, carefully, and under the right circumstances, rather than through unexpected phone calls or rushed conversations. These interpretations remain speculative, but they have become a major part of the ongoing public discussions surrounding the royal family. Another important detail often mentioned in these reports involves Harry's living arrangements whenever he visits Britain. As many people remember, Harry and Meghan no longer have Frogmore Cottage after King Charles requested that the residence be vacated in 2023, shortly after the publication of Spare. Since then, reports have suggested Harry has faced increasing challenges finding a long-term base whenever he travels to the United Kingdom. According to several accounts, Harry later explored the possibility of staying at Windsor during one visit, but was reportedly unable to make those arrangements. Other reports claimed King Charles later offered alternative royal accommodation during a 2024 visit. However, those same reports say Harry declined because he allegedly believed the proposed locations were too public or too visible. Whether every detail is accurate remains debated, but together these reports have reinforced the perception that Harry no longer has a permanent royal residence available whenever he returns to Britain. That has led many commentators to point out the unusual situation Harry reportedly faces today. Without a permanent UK home connected to the royal family, every visit now requires significantly more planning than before. Reports have even claimed that arranging private meetings with the king often requires considerable advance notice because of official schedules and security considerations. Supporters argue those circumstances make rebuilding family relationships even harder, while critics believe the current situation reflects the natural consequences of decisions made over the past several years. Regardless of which view people hold, nearly everyone agrees the practical barriers have become much greater than they once were. Then there is the ongoing debate surrounding security, one of the most discussed issues in Harry's relationship with Britain, since Harry was denied automatic taxpayer-funded security after stepping away from official royal duties. Countless rumours have circulated online claiming King Charles personally pays for his son's protection. However, those claims remain heavily disputed. Security decisions involving publicly funded protection are not made directly by the royal family, but involve government authorities and the appropriate security bodies. Because of that, many analysts note that the king's personal authority over those arrangements is quite limited. If Harry wishes to have private security beyond what is officially provided, reports suggest those arrangements generally need to be organised independently. Despite all of this, commentators continue to highlight what they describe as an important difference between the reported positions of Charles and William. King Charles is often portrayed as someone who still hopes, at least eventually, for calmer family relations. Some observers believe his desire to spend time with his grandchildren has become increasingly meaningful, particularly as discussions about his health continue to receive public attention. Prince William, on the other hand, is frequently described as taking a much firmer position. Reports consistently suggest he remains focused on accountability and believes rebuilding trust cannot happen until the issues that damage the relationship are fully addressed. That difference has fueled another sensitive debate among royal commentators. Some have questioned whether Harry and Meghan's reported efforts to involve the children in future family meetings could unintentionally place emotional pressure on King Charles because of his wish to see his grandchildren. Others reject that interpretation entirely and argue there is no evidence that such visits are intended as leverage. Regardless of where people stand, this topic continues to generate intense discussion across the media. If the interpretation offered by some commentators were ever proven accurate, they argue it would represent an especially troubling chapter in this already complicated family conflict, and one that many believe would mark a deeply disappointing new low in the ongoing royal divide. Unlike King Charles, who is often portrayed as leaving at least a small possibility for future communication, Prince William is reportedly standing firmly on the opposite side of the divide. According to numerous royal reports and commentators, William believes the bond he once shared with his younger brother has been damaged beyond recognition. The trust that once existed between them is said to have disappeared after years of public interviews, documentaries, and books discussing deeply private family matters. From William's reported point of view, attempting reconciliation too quickly would not only risk reopening old wounds, but could also weaken the monarchy and the traditions he believes must always be protected. As the future king, William is reportedly determined to put the institution ahead of personal emotions, even if that decision comes with a painful family cost. Because of that, several reports suggest William has adopted what he believes is the safest possible approach. Rather than entering another cycle of conversations that could later become public, he has reportedly decided that the best course of action is simply to avoid Harry altogether. According to royal commentators, distance has become his way of protecting both himself and the royal family. For now, insiders claim William sees no benefit in reopening communication while trust remains unresolved. Despite those differences, there is one point where both William and King Charles are often said to agree. According to royal analysts, both men ultimately want to safeguard the monarchy above everything else. That shared goal is reportedly one of the biggest reasons neither has shown much interest in taking Harry's calls. They reportedly worry that anything said in private could eventually become public. Many commentators continue pointing back to the Oprah interview, the Netflix documentary series, and Harry's memoir, Spare. Those projects brought private family disagreements into the public spotlight. According to people familiar with the situation, William and Charles are reportedly concerned that conversations behind closed doors today could eventually become material for another interview, documentary, podcast, or future memoir. Whether that concern is justified remains open to debate, but it is frequently described as one of the biggest barriers to reconciliation. Even if William's frustration eventually fades with time, many observers believe the real challenge would still remain the same. Trust cannot simply be restored overnight. Reports suggest William no longer feels confident that deeply personal conversations will remain private. Because of that, many analysts believe rebuilding the relationship would require consistent actions over a long period, rather than one emotional meeting. Until then, William is reportedly choosing caution over optimism. At the same time, Harry is still said to want something very personal for his children. According to several reports, he hopes they can spend more time in Britain, understand where their father came from, and learn about the history that shaped their family. Commentators have also said Harry wants them to know more about their late grandmother Diana. Reports further suggest he hopes they can meet more members of the Spencer family and, if circumstances allow, spend meaningful time with King Charles. Still, that has led to criticism from some royal commentators. They argue those family roots have always existed and question why reconnecting with them has become such a priority only now. Others disagree and believe complicated family relationships are rarely that simple. Whatever the truth may be, the debate continues to divide opinion. That brings us to the question almost everyone is asking. If Harry eventually travels to the United Kingdom, could a meeting with King Charles actually happen? Many royal commentators believe it remains possible, but only under very strict conditions. If such a meeting were arranged, it would likely be brief, carefully organised, and completely private. There would reportedly be no television cameras, documentary crews, or photographers inside the room. Instead, it would simply be a father and son having a private conversation with clear boundaries in place. Every effort would likely be made to ensure that whatever is discussed remains confidential rather than becoming another global headline. Meanwhile, the reported changes to the family's travel plans have also sparked fresh discussion about Meghan's business future. According to several commentators, returning to the United Kingdom may have offered opportunities to strengthen public interest in her projects. However, reports claim those plans have become much more complicated. There has also been speculation that King Charles has been unwilling to allow commercial products to be promoted through royal connections or royal properties. Those claims remain debated, but they continue to generate discussion across royal media. As a result, many observers believe Meghan is now reassessing her next business move while remaining at the family's home in Montecito. For the moment, though, the situation appears largely unchanged. King Charles is reportedly maintaining firm boundaries. Prince William is reportedly standing by his decision. Harry continues expressing hopes for rebuilding family ties, while questions surrounding trust remain unresolved. According to many royal commentators, protecting the monarchy remains the highest priority, even if that means personal relationships must remain on hold for now. So, what do you think about everything that's happened? Do you believe Harry is genuinely trying to repair his relationship with his family? Or do you think there are other reasons behind these reported efforts? We'd love to hear your opinion, so share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe for more royal news, updates and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.